Yeah. So I got to get this working first. Oh, we're live already. Here we go. Some of this, some of that. Yeah. Okay, let's get going.
Some lo-fi music while coding.
What was that? I kind of can't understand.
Some lo-fi music during coding.
Oh yeah, no, some good music. Yeah, getting locked in. Yeah. Okay, and what do we have here? We have chains dot gnosis. Yeah. Oh wait, there were two there. Oh man, I bet it's both of those, right? I bet it's the same thing no matter what. I noticed that you named it Gnosis Chain. Do we prefer to say Gnosis Chain and not just Gnosis?
Yeah, let's do Gnosis Chain.
Okay. And then is that Chiato? That's you guys too, right? CHIA. Is that you guys too? Okay. So we're gonna have both of those as just like they're just like here. Oh, what? So it's obvious to someone how to switch over. And I just added mainnet forking. So if you fork it, you're going to fork mainnet Gnosis. And the other thing I will add, wait, why is this complaining? What the heck is that? No, thank you. Wait, was that like that before I even? IDK, whatever. Okay, so yeah, you let me know when we're supposed to start here. Are we letting folks flow in still?
Yep, just waiting.
Okay, cool.
John.
Let's see if this all, let's see. There we go.
Is John still here?
I don't see him down in there.
Yep, me too.
Oh, there he is.
I'm right here. Just let me know when you guys are getting ready to get started, and I'll cut the music for you.
Cool.
Yeah, already live.
Yeah, we're already live. But yeah, the music is nice. This is like intro, right? If someone goes back to video or whatever, and they're like, yeah. I'm getting this Gnosis Chain starter kit ready to go by just making a few small changes to ScaffoldETH. Okay, we're ready. I think this is the starting point. And what's that address? Let's get it set up so we have it here. There we go. Scaffold Gnosis Chain, right?
Yep. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce you officially.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Hi everyone, Jim. This is Vanshika from Gnosis team, and today we have a very special guest, Austin. So we're going to be building Scaffold on Gnosis Chain, and I'm really excited to see the whole process, and I guess it's going to be very interesting for the developers too. So Austin, over to you.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay, cool, awesome. And how long do we have? Like till about an hour from now, a little less than an hour. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
We have got 30, 45 minutes.
Okay. If it's 30 minutes, we'll have to go speed fast. But let's just go for it, because the goal here is to put something on Gnosis Chain, and it needs to be a smart contract app with a front end and a back end. If you're following along at home, we are using this fork of ScaffoldETH that we forked about an hour ago. And I made some very slight modifications here, adding the RPC in for Gnosis Chain when you do a mainnet fork, adding a little title in there so it looks nice, and then kind of adding the network hints. That's all we have here. And if you want to follow along or you want this, you can just grab this QR code. I don't know how you would scan that on your phone and then get it on your computer, but whatever magic you have, this is it though. It's just Gnosis Chain / scaffold - Gnosis Chain. Okay. All right. So let's get started. I have Scaffold Gnosis Chain here. I've cloned it down. We'll do a yarn install to bring in all the packages. I've already installed it, so that was fast, but that will be slower for y'all at home. And then we're ready. We can do yarn chain, and that's going to spin up our local blockchain. And then we can do a yarn deploy, and that's going to deploy our template smart contract. So if you think of ScaffoldETH like scaffolding around a building, oh no, Vanshika, I lost you, come back. If you think of scaffolding around a building, it's sort of this, oh, there she is. How are you? It's this thing that you sort of build up around the building. So you have a structure to make things work, but then you tear down the scaffolding, right? So this is a good analogy for what we're doing here. Is there's this scaffolding put together to help you get your app to mainnet and get your app in the hands of your users as fast as possible. But there's some things that you'll carve out once you get it working. And so it's deploying a example smart contract, which we can go see here. And this example smart contract has, I don't know what that is, has a lot of just example Solidity code in it. So if you're a first-time programmer, or if you're a first-time Solidity programmer, but you know how to code, you're going to look at this and you're going to understand basically what's going on. There's some new primitive data types like an address. You haven't dealt with an address before, but there's an address, and everything else is going to look normal, right? This is what you would be used to if you were writing some code. But then there's other things like events, where events are a little weird, and you'll kind of learn about that stuff. A constructor is obvious. A modifier is also weird. Things within the Solidity syntax you just have to kind of learn. But we are going to build probably a simple counter or something. But let's just tinker with scaffold - Gnosis Chain really quick and look how it looks. So we brought up our chain and we've deployed our contract, and I'll do one more terminal, and that's going to be yarn start, and that's going to bring up our dev front end at localhost 3000. So let's see what we get here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so we're going to edit our contract eventually. Okay, this is cool. There we go. This is what we got. We got Scaffold Gnosis Chain, right?
Nice.
And we have a kind of a burner wallet over here. And let me explain that a little bit more. If I take this localhost 3000 and I open up an incognito window and I click that, there we go. Notice we get kind of this purple blue versus this guy's kind of purple pink. Let me close that and do that again, right? New incognito window. Yeah, see that? See how we get a brand new address every time? This is really helpful for testing if you have an ownership pattern or something like that. Okay, so that's burner wallets, and you can fund your burner wallet by just clicking this button. So now we have an account. We have, $3,000 on the network. The next important thing about ScaffoldETH is a debug contracts tab. When I click here, it's going to give me an automatic interface with my smart contract. So if we have some uint 256 public counter, and we set it equal to 420 and hit save, and we deploy it, there's going to be this new counter that shows up over here. It's going to auto reload. Yeah, our counter is at 420. Isn't that nice? And then if we add like a new function that increments our counter, public counter plus equals 1, and then we deploy that, we're going to get a new function over here that lets us increment it. There we go. We got this new increment. So it's at 420, and when we hit send, 421, 422, 423. Yeah, so quick. And we're making transactions here. Each one of these is a transaction. But if you were using your MetaMask, it'd be like popping up and asking you for chain ID and all this other junk that you don't want to deal with yet, right? What you want to deal with is like, let's get our contract to do what we want it to do. Okay, so let's see. Let's make a counter that only me and you can increment. And then we'll deploy it live and we'll increment it with our wallets. Something very, very simple. But to do that, you kind of need, an address, public, and we'll call it Austin, and we'll set it equal to, I'm just going to go to address vision and type in, oh gosh, the 5-second wait time for the first time address vision loads. It's always so painful. atg.eth. This is what I want. I want to grab this. And what's your address? What address should I use for you?
I'm going to give you address.
Okay, that sounds good. Did I spell your name right? Oh, it didn't. Copilot couldn't figure it out. I figured that maybe it would. Let's make sure I spelled it right. I think I did.
Do you want an address which is like already funded, or?
You'll need something that has some Gnosis Chain ETH. Yeah, because you'll need to make a transaction. You don't just have Vanshika.eth.
You can extract.
Is this you? Oh no, that's a smart contract. That's weird.
Not me.
Really?
I'm going to give you my address, but then we get XDAI token from Gnosis Chain. So I'm going to give you my address, which already has XDAI token. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, and I can send you something.
Is it on mainnet or testnet?
Mainnet. We're going to mainnet. We're going straight to mainnet. We're not even going to touch a testnet. We're going local to main. You just send me address as we go. Okay. So then we're going to need a require statement here, right? A require statement in Solidity is, there we go. Message.sender. Yes. Awesome. Perfect. It looks like it's going to work. All I need is your address. Oh, you sent it to me. Perfect.
I just sent it.
You don't? Okay, so I'm going to do address vision on your address. Here I am waiting again for address vision to load. I really need to fix that somehow. So this is your address. Oh, you got to get ENS on that. Let's see. Does BlockScan? Shout out to BlockScan, another thing that kind of is deeply related to XDAI. I don't know if you have, whatever. We'll figure it out. I'll fund you. I'll send you some money if we need to. The point is, whoops. Let's make sure I get that again. We have these two addresses and some counter, and we have this function increment, and you have to be one of us to increment the counter. How about that? And let's deploy that and see how it works. Let's make sure it works. I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Probably missing a semicolon. There we go. Classic. Okay, so this first phase of building on ScaffoldETH is tinkering with your smart contract. You want to build it out and figure out how you want it to work. And sometimes you don't know exactly how you want your smart contract to work. So this like debug process is really nice. You can go back and forth from tinkering with Solidity to then poking at it over here and saying, okay, if I hit increment, this should fail because I'm using, there we go. I'm using a burner wallet over here. But then if I disconnect and I connect my real wallet, okay, hold on. Let me, how do I type in my password without it being on the mic? I don't know. It's just going to be on the mic. I hope no one can figure it out. Let's see. There we go. Okay, give me that account. Let's go. We got 30 minutes. We got to get this going. Switch networks. Okay, so now I have, I don't have any money. If I click this, it's going to say you don't have any money or something. You don't have enough funds, right? Okay, so we got to grab funds from the faucet. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if I hit increment, this should work now because it should be my correct account. It's still saying I don't have ETH. Let's go. Let's go. Here we
I
go.
mean, you need
Here
to
we
get
go.
tokens. So I'm going to send you the faucet.
There we
link.
go. No,
Just
we're
in
good.
case.
We're good. We got 421.
Oh, nice.
Okay, it's working. Okay, so this is the whole first phase is basically you just want to edit your smart contract and you want to test it over here. And you want to test like most of the use cases, but you don't have to write exhaustive tests yet. So let's bring up an incognito window. We've proven that Austin Griffith.eth can increment the counter. Let's just make for darn sure that some random person can't. And so if I hit increment here, it's going to yell at me. Okay. So we've kind of like very quickly tested that probably if we put this on mainnet, probably only you and me are going to be able to increment it. The other thing I'm going to do is just take out console log. I don't want to put console log on mainnet. So I'm just going to pull some of this stuff out. Just don't want to, like pollute the chain basically. Let's see. Are we happy? Yes. Okay. So first phase is done. Let's pretend like you just spent the last 3 weeks writing your smart contract and getting it to work, and you weren't making a stupid counter and you were building something more advanced and interesting. But that's up to you, the programmer at home. But the thing is, anyone who can write simple code can write these things. This is simple code, right? So let's pretend like our smart contract is ready to go. We've tinkered around with it. We've made sure bad guys can't increment it. We've made sure the good guys can increment it. The next phase is to build a front end. And if you spent 2 weeks on your smart contract, you'll spend 3 weeks on your front end, which is just so sad, but that's how it works. If you're going to build consumer crypto apps, you're going to spend as much time writing stupid React as you do writing Solidity.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump. I was in Hardhat or Foundry, depending on whichever one you want. You can find those. You can use ScaffoldETH, MPX, Create ETH to choose your own adventure for Foundry. And then we're going to jump over to the Next.js side, and we're going to go to the app, and we're going to go to the page, and that's this right here. And let me just kind of shrink it down so we can see it right over here. And then we'll bring this over here a little bit, shrink this little guy. There we go. Okay, cool. So here is our code. I'm going to just like clean some stuff out of here, delete some divs. Oh man, if I have to center a div, I'm going to be in big trouble. I can't do that in only 30 minutes. Okay, we got that. What is showing here is who's connected, and it's saying ScaffoldETH. We're going to call this Scaffold Counter on Gnosis Chain. Welcome to Scaffold Counter on Gnosis Chain. And then we're going to delete some other stuff here. All right, how's that looking? How's our app looking? Ooh, yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Okay, looking good, right? We've got a good looking app here. Okay, so what we want to do is, we want to display, well, first of all, let me just show this. If we're using WAGMI and VM, so we're using the use account hook from WAGMI to get the connected address. And if I just display just straight up the connected address, it looks like this, right? Like really ugly and gross. It's correct, but it looks ugly and gross. What you can do is wrap that in an address component. And ScaffoldETH has this address component, this address input component, a handful of components that you'll use all over the place when you're building decentralized apps. And it replaces that ugly address with something that can do ENS reverse resolution, ENS avatar, little copy button guy. Okay, so now what do we need? We need to read from our smart contract, okay? And the way you can do that is with a hook. We're going to do use scaffold read contract. And we're going to read from, get out of there. Gross. We're going to read from a contract name, and watch this, it's just giving me tab completion. Look at that, it knows my contract already, right? That's so nice. And if I do a function name, you're basically not even typing anything here. There we go. And look, it already knows all the values from my smart contract, and I can choose what I want here. So what I want is the counter. And I don't think there's any arguments, but sometimes if you have to pass some arguments, there'd be some args here, but we're not going to mess with that. So now what comes back here? I'm going to hit Control Space, and it's going to tell me what comes back. It's some data, and I'm just going to rename that to counter. So now we should, in our React state, in our front end state, we now should have the counter from our smart contract. With this line of code, we're basically continuously reading that counter value into the state. And let's just display it over here, like H1. That's how I want to do it. Oh, wait, it's not happy. Why is it not happy? It probably wants us to go to string here. Let's see how that looks. Oh, yeah, there it is. And it's not centered, and I'm not going to center it. wait. Look, if this is all I have to do, it might be easy. Okay, that it was. How do I make it bigger, though, right? I want to do like, oh, yeah, 4XL. That's what I want. That's what I want. Ooh, yeah. Okay, cool. And then maybe like some padding. Is it just like P4? Is that padding? Let's see. Oh, that looks very nice. Okay, so we have our count. And if we were to jump over to debug contracts real quick, and we were to increment it once and pay the money and hit increment, we should see in the front end that increments. Okay, so it's working. Now we need a button. We need to write to the chain. So with this hook, we're able to read from the chain. Now we need to write to the chain with a button click. So I'm going to do use scaffold. And guess what? It's going to be write contract. And in this case, I think I just pass in my contract name, I think. And that will give me something called, I think, write async. Ooh, something's not right there. Do we have that in? Why is that unhappy? Ooh, I don't know about that. This should give us a, oh no, something is weird here. Use scaffold contract. Maybe it's not installed yet. No, it's there. And when I click it, it takes in a, oh, this is so hard to read. It should give me this write async back. Something is not right here, and I'm not sure what it is. Let's see what that something is. Let's console log it. And then if we inspect, what's it saying that is? Okay, so it's an object, yeah, and it has a write contract async. That's what I want. Okay, so just the front end isn't giving me what I want, but it works. Okay, so it's something like write contract async, and we'll rename that to write your contract. Okay, and it didn't complain. It just didn't give me the hint that I wanted. Okay, I don't know why it's not giving us the hint. We'll have to send that up the chain to the nerds to help us out with. But we're ready to go here. We basically have this write contract function that will write to our your contract. So now down here, we'll set up maybe a div with some padding. And then inside of that div, we'll make a button. Let's see if it'll just like auto-complete here. Yeah, figure it out for me. Thank you. Yep, and then on click. Oh, what? It already did. Whoa! I think it like figured this out, but let's like force it to make that same decision. It should be something called function name. Oh man, it's not giving me tab completion correctly. I kind of don't believe this is working. Let's just go see if it works. Let's see. And we need to close our button. And we'll say inc. And there we go. How's this looking?
Ooh, nice.
Okay, it does not. Okay, so increment is maybe not what our function is named. It's called inc. Okay, so function name is inc. I don't know why it's not giving me the correct tab completion. but it's working.
can I-
So whatever is happening, yeah. We're good to go here. How do we center this? Let's do, if I do text center, man, I hate centering things. Justify center. Let's put them all in there. Does our button? Woo, our button's in the middle. That's the fastest justify center I've ever done in my whole life. The speed run centering a div. All right, I'm a front end developer. Okay, so now there was a lot of jumping around there, and I had some issues with tab completion. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but I bet I've got some weird error, and we'll patch that up. Most of the time, this stuff is like auto completed for you, and I had to just like pick this out. Let's see if anything has changed. If I get rid of this now and I open this up, it is not still there. I don't know. Not sure what it's unhappy about. I don't know what, and it's complaining about WagMe. Cannot find module WagMe, but like it's definitely installed and working. So I'm not sure what's happening here, but our app is ready to go. We have a working app on localhost. We can deploy our smart contract, and it has a counter, and then it keeps track of your address and my address, and only we can hit this increment button. And when we do, it checks and makes sure our addresses are correct, and hopefully increments the counter. Okay, this would be something far more advanced as you would write out your smart contracts, but let's just pretend like we spent 3 weeks on our smart contract and 4 weeks on our front end, and a couple of months in, we've got our app and it's ready to go live. So what we need to do now, so we can't deploy it straight. Ooh, we should fork first. We could technically do this. We could do a yarn fork, and this is going to fork mainnet Gnosis, okay? And if we do that, and then we do a yarn deploy, we're technically deploying our smart contract onto a copy of mainnet. So if there was some mainnet contract, like a mainnet token, we could now be dinking around with that, right? And so this is showing 546 because I have $546 on Gnosis Chain. And so it's showing me my balance on Gnosis Chain, even though it says hard hat. And this should work again and increment the same way. But at this point, we could be talking to other mainnet contracts, which is really powerful. But let's get rid of both of those chains. We're not going to run our local node. We're not going to run a local fork. What we're going to do is we're going to start talking to Gnosis directly, right? And so when we had our local chain up, it had a bunch of addresses that we could use, and it had this faucet. But when we go to Gnosis Chain, there's not a faucet. Well, maybe there is, but they'll only give you like a fraction of a cent or something like that, right? This is real money at this point.
Yeah, it works. We can like utilize the faucet for Gnosis Chain.
Yeah. So what we have to do is we have to create a deployer account. And if you do this yarn generate, it's going to create a one-time mnemonic that's going to be used just for deploying this account. It's going to put it into an env file that's already ignored. You would have to like do some serious work to expose this mnemonic. And you should never fund it with more than just enough. Right? We need just enough to. Ooh, whoops! I don't want to be on localhost anymore. I want to switch over to Gnosis Chain. Okay, it's not even here. Hey, lit.
Yeah, you have to add network.
Yeah. Can you believe that you have to add Optimism and Base and Gnosis Chain? You have to manually add all these other Arbitrum, all these other cool L2s, but Linea is right here for you if you need Linea. Okay, cool. So I'm going to have to add to the chain. I'm going to have to fund this. Actually, I'm going to fund this from a burner wallet. Let's do this. Let's do yarn account. Oops, not that one. Give me the QR code for my, there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to send some Gnosis Chain. I think it's going to cost like 2 pennies, right? It costs hardly anything to deploy. So I'm going to go to my Punk wallet here. Hopefully it still has some money in it. Oh no, it does not. Oh man. Okay, so we need to just send some Gnosis Chain.
Yeah, this came from the faucet link I showed you.
Oh wow. We can actually just go to the faucet. Okay, so I want to send some here. Let me pull that up over here. So this is going to send me like real Gnosis?
Yeah, real XDAI token.
XDAI. Okay, I'm human. Oh, whoa. Anything that's alive. That dude's alive, right? Well, I don't know if that's alive. It looks like it's like a golden. Something that's alive. I don't think anything else there is alive. Well, Earth is alive. The eagle's looking at the bear.
Oh my god.
Okay, please
That's
work.
crazy.
I think I got it. Let's see if we can claim some tokens to our deployer address.
Yeah.
At the same time, I can be like diving in and getting my burner wallet working just in case.
Yeah, you got it.
Token sent. Okay, and we could do like yarn account. Let's just try it. So we're gonna do a yarn deploy -- network is Gnosis Chain. Let's just try Gnosis, I think. Let's see what happens. Ooh, wah wah. Maybe we don't have enough money. Let's see. Insufficient funds. Okay, so we can't deploy. I need to get our I need to get some real money here. Let's go. Where do I have that? Let's see. Sorry, I need to find my wallet.
I mean, it should work. Can you give me your wallet address? The one that you use
Yeah. Let's see. Yarn. That's not a yarn account. Yeah, if you could send a little Gnosis chain here, then we'd be set. I usually have like a Punk wallet set up, but I did not look at it closely before, and now I'm
gonna try
struggling.
sending it.
Please do. Thank you.
Okay. There you go. Should just.
All right, I'm going to try deploying again. So yarn deploy -- network Gnosis. Let's see if we have some cash now.
And
it's like 2 cents. Okay.
Yes,
okay. I'm just going to keep trying.
Okay, got your. Yep, it's sent. Yes. Yep, I sent it.
Is it there? Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's try to deploy. Dang, man. Come on. Okay. Still no luck here. Let's see what else I have.
Still not working?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm still getting insufficient balance. I'm looking for another Punk wallet I have laying around. Oh. Nope. Yeah, still no. Wow. This is hard. Just getting. So I guess I could add Gnosis Chain over here, and then I'll have some. What is that like chain list, right? If I do chain list, add to MetaMask, this should work, right? Oh man, I'm hitting the button and nothing is.
Chain ID, 100S chain ID. I sent you the RPC or like the RPC URL already.
I don't want to add it manually. I'm like I can't force myself to add it manually. And look, I'm clicking add to MetaMask, and nothing's happening. Dang it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use ScaffoldETH to do this. Okay, we're gonna go to Scaffold config. Okay, so our app right now, if we go look at our app, it is on the Hard Hat network. It's actually on a fork. Let's connect that again. Yeah, Hard Hat. Yeah. Okay, it's on Hard Hat right now. What we want is to be on Gnosis Chain. So what you'll do is kind of delete that. What happens if we have 2 of them? Why doesn't it like that? Gnosis. Oh, there we go. Okay, and I think this is Gnosis. Something was messed up with the. There we go. So if we have 2 of those networks. There we go. Switch to Gnosis. Okay, it's going to add Gnosis. Okay, there we go. Look at that. There we go. Nice. Okay, sweet. So by putting the app on Gnosis, I'm going to get rid of this too. By putting the app on Gnosis, ScaffoldETH has a component that automatically adds it to your wallet when you connect your wallet, and it notices you're on the wrong network. That's another really nice thing that's built into ScaffoldETH. So we're ready to go here, except for we don't have any contracts out there, right? We don't have any contracts on Gnosis. So what I need to do is just send that deployer some money. All right, grab that address, go here, send $1. That should be plenty. Okay, all right, and that should take about 5 seconds, and then we're gonna do a yarn deploy -- network Gnosis. Please work fourth try. Oh man, what? It's still saying insufficient funds. Let's see. I mean, it should be good. I just sent $1. $1 should be plenty. Yep, there we go. We've got a transaction. Okay, after like the 20th try, we were able to fund our account, and now we're just waiting for that block to get mined. There we go. And now check it out. There's our contract. So our app is now on Gnosis, and our contract is now on Gnosis. And if you click this, it's going to take you to the Gnosis Chain Block Explorer, and it's going to show you. Yeah. All we have to do is make that one change. So let me just show that again. So there's this right here, and it's it was on hard hat. And if I switch that back again, our entire app switches back to hard hat.
Okay.
And we're talking to our hard hat contracts, right? And then if I switch this again, right, back to Gnosis and hit save, then our entire app switches back over to Gnosis. And anytime you click any address now, it's going to take you to the Gnosis Block Explorer, which shows that you have, you don't have very much money. Let's send you some money too while we're at it. Here we go. I'm going to send you $1. Just so you have enough gas. What are you loading? Why are you loading right now? I don't want you to load anything. I just want you to let me send it. I hate MetaMask so much. What is it doing? All right, let's try. First of all, are we on Gnosis? Let's get on the right network. And then let's go here. And then let's hit send, and let's type in your address. Oh, there, it loaded. All right. So maybe it was because we were on localhost and it was sitting there. So it was my fault, not MetaMask's fault. But that doesn't matter. It should do something different than just sit there and lock. Okay, just terrible DX. Okay, cool. Now we are set up here. We've got our contract deployed to Gnosis. We've got our front end pointed at Gnosis. Both of us now have some XDAI or some Gnosis chain. And what happens if I hit increment, right? Oh boy, it's happening. I'm going to pay real money and increment. Okay, so we've deployed our contract live, but we haven't deployed the app live yet. So I'm still on localhost. And so it's easy for me to get in and talk to our smart contract, but we need to deploy our app so you can talk to our smart contract. And the way we do that is yarn Vercel YOLO -- prod. And that's going to this is going to skip all of my type checks and all the type safety. I don't want you to check anything. I want you to just deploy the thing. All right, let's see. Found a project, no. Link to a different, no. What's the project name? It's like Gnosis Chain Counter. Gnosis Chain Counter. That's what we're going with. All right, so this is going to take a little bit to upload our app. But basically, when this is done, there's going to be a URL, and you're going to be able to go to the URL, and you're going to be able to increment the counter with your MetaMask. You should maybe share your screen eventually if you're up for it. Maybe just the window where you could do it. But this is going to take probably 3 or 4 minutes to deploy. So let's just kind of recap what we did here, because I kind of flailed around a little bit, right? So I started with ScaffoldETH, and you can do a choose your own adventure, create MPX create ETH, and that lets you choose different extensions. That lets you choose Foundry or Hard Hat, or you can just clone the repo or fork the repo. And what we did was we forked this over to your GitHub, right? We forked it over to here, which is Gnosis Chain, Scaffold Gnosis Chain. Yep. And then I edited, and I think I messed something up in here. Let's see if we can go fix it. I edited this to, nope, that one's good. To point specifically at the Gnosis network. And then yeah, so this right here, we need to, can I edit? I'm going to edit some code right here. I want that to look like that. And then we're just going to get rid of this. I'm just going to put that there.
Awesome.
There we go. Okay, so just to have that committed for the next person so they get that right. I had done that wrong, but we go there to that Gnosis Chain ScaffoldETH, and we fork this code locally. We do a git clone. Then we do a yarn install, and it's all right here in the README, the commands you run. Yarn, you clone it down. Oh, you know what we should do is edit this too. Let's edit the README so it has like the exact right commands, because it's using a little bit wrong command here. For the next person, make it a little bit better for the next person. And that is going to clone into a folder called Scaffold Gnosis, and you yarn and char on chain. Okay, commit it. we're just live rocking this. Okay, so now you do a git clone and you pull this down. You CD into there. You yarn install, and that's what brought up that. Yarn chain brings up your local chain. Yarn deploy, yarn start. We did all that stuff, and that gives you that environment that you build out. And first thing we did was we built out our smart contract. We got it working the way we wanted it to by creating this counter with the require function and our names. Then we moved over to our front end, right? And we started working on this stuff, and we wrote some React and basically put in a button and put in a read and a write. You need to read from your contract, write to your contract. Then once we had all of that, we deployed our smart contract to Gnosis. And then once that looked good, we deployed our app live to this URL. So if I'm going to send it to chat if you want to pull it up on yours, but let's see what it looks like. All right. Ooh, you know what? I think there might be a Vercel setting where I need to make it public real quick.
Yes.
Let me is that what it's doing? It's not working for you?
Yeah, I mean, it asked me to log in. So
yeah,
maybe
that's not what I want.
Probably gonna make it.
Let's see. Where did I put this?
Oh, it was this one, team.
Gnosis Chain counter. There we go. And then I think I need to get into like settings. And there's something about deployment protection. This is yep, I'm not even going to say it. This is a pain in my butt. Like whoever decided to add that. Okay, cool. So now can you go to the app? Let's see what happens when you go to
I got it.
Chain
I'm
counter.
present
You
on
got it?
screen.
Okay, great. And then we'll connect our wallet.
Okay. Let me know. Can you see?
And then I'll increment. I'll show your. Let's show your. Oh, you need to do present still, and it'll show up in the bottom. And I think you're an admin. We may need some help if you're not an admin, but we'll need someone to take my screen down and put your screen up.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But you'll get this. I'm doing it live over here. I connected my wallet to the live URL. I clicked the increment button, and it popped up my MetaMask. There we go. And it incremented it for 422, right? Let's see if John is around to flip the screens. He may not be.
Okay.
But what we'll do is you'll get something that looks like this, and you'll connect your wallet. But we can't see it unless you can see it. John, are you out there? Oh no. And you can't see, like you're not an admin, so you can't put your screen on the
I'm gonna try once again.
Yeah. Just in case. And let's see. Yeah, I can't hide my screen either. And if I stop sharing, then it's probably going to be. Oh, I can remove it from this stage. Yeah, I don't think we want to do that. Because then I think it would be gone forever. And I think maybe John's not out there. Okay, so yeah. To recap, like we started with ScaffoldETH. We made some small changes to ScaffoldETH to make it on Gnosis Chain. And then we moved it over to Gnosis. So now anyone can use it. So you can go here and fork this. Then you edit your smart contract, get it working the way you want. Then you edit your front end, getting that to work the way you want. Then you deploy your smart contract to whatever network you want, and hit it on localhost to make sure it works right. And then you deploy your app live to Vercel, and then you share that URL. And within 30 minutes or so, we have an app that's live on Gnosis that anyone can go to. Here, let's do this. Let's do this. If I take this and I put it back into an ETH build QR code, anyone out there can scan this QR code and go to the app. Ooh, let me see if I can do it on mobile. Let's see if I can increment one, just once. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Right. Let's see what happens here. Boy, am I going to use MetaMask mobile if I'm complaining about MetaMask?
Oh, I got it. Look, I don't know if
you got it.
Visible or not.
Yeah. It should come up. Try it. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so what we're watching is this number right here. Let's see if either of us can increment this number from our phone. Okay.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'll have to connect my wallet then. But I mean, like, it's so cool because it's literally, the front end is deployed and it kind of fits into the screen, and it's nice.
And you at home can do this with ScaffoldETH in a matter of 30 minutes. Okay, so it's having me connect my account.
Yep.
It should have me move over to the other chain too. It's not quite, I'm like still waiting for it at this part right here. Oh, there we go, wrong network. And then I do switch to Gnosis and it says open in MetaMask. And MetaMask is thinking, ooh, yeah, very nice, MetaMask. It's having me add the network, confirm, switch, got it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think now yes. Okay, so there we go. I'm like connected. It still says open MetaMask, but I think I got it. Let's try. Oh yeah, we're ready. I've got the app live on my phone. I'm gonna go ahead and just like remove this from the desktop. Here we go. It's just us now. We don't, no screens. Okay, so I've got my phone and it's ready to go, and I hit increment. What's going to happen here?
I mean, it's gonna.
Okay.
It's not gonna probably let
it's going to open my MetaMask. Connecting to MetaMask. Popping up. Confirm. There we go. Okay.
Oh,
okay. What's it going to do? Oh, wait. There you are. We're back. Great. We've got your screen. And it should go to 423. Yes, it did. I just incremented it from 422 to 423 with MetaMask mobile on my phone. All right, let's see you connect your MetaMask and go to 424. And then it's going to be a complete success.
Okay.
There we go.
I got my wallet address.
You're connected.
And I have my XDAI token. Awesome.
Yep.
And now I'm going to
increment.
All right. I mean, did you see the gas fees? It's like so cheap.
So cheap.
I don't know. Yeah, super cheap.
So we didn't see your MetaMask pop up there, but MetaMask popped up and you confirmed a transaction, right?
Yeah.
We just didn't see it. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
And let's see if this thing goes to 424.
Ooh,
there we go. Look at it. Yes, it worked.
Awesome.
On chain. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we could test one other thing, and that would be like coming in from another account. And if we tried to increment it from another account, it's going to complain. But basically, we got it. We were able to fork Scaffold. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, what did it cost?
Look at the transaction fee. Just look at it.
Yep. So 0.005 cents, right? Yeah. 1,000.
And then I see the
5/100ths of a penny. I don't know. But hella cheap.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
The best part is it's not volatile like your ETH. So that's the best part about it. If I have one XDAI, I have XDAI. Okay, I'm going to try out with the different wallet address. I'm going to disconnect and then I'm going to reconnect. And probably going to pick this account. Wait. So I'm going to share this tab instead. And it's going to connect with the MetaMask.
This is your Degen account that you use for aping into Degen coins.
Okay,
JK,
I'm gonna
JK, JK.
represent. Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna represent. And John will have to pull me up back. Okay, I'm online.
It's there. Yep. Okay, so this is a bad guy, right?
100%.
This address should not be
Yeah.
able to set the account. Let's see what happens when you hit
Right.
increment.
So I'm gonna copy my address first, and I'm gonna send maybe like just.
Oh, you need some. Yeah, you need some.
No. I have it. So
You
no
got
worries.
it?
I'm gonna
Okay.
send it to point two.
You'll need
extra.
point. Yeah, you'll need 0.000005 or 0.000006.
Okay. I
Big money.
just sent some token. Let's see if it fetches the balance.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, it should update here, right?
Yeah, it should. Sometimes I
Yeah.
get impatient and just hit reload. There it is. It showed up. 0.2. And if you
Oh.
click the 0.2, it shows you in dollars too, right? Which should just say, oh no, it doesn't because it's XDAI, so it's 0.2 all the time.
Okay, this is my wallet address.
I think
now.
you're ready to go. Let's go. Increment. What?
Okay, I got
Oh
the.
yeah, not Austin. Yeah, that's what we wanted. Yes, so it clearly states that like this address is not Austin or Vanshika, so you're not allowed to increment. Yep. So it worked.
Yep.
So we were able to prototype our smart contract, dink around with it on localhost, build out a front end. And by the way, you can hit that debug contracts tab while you're sitting there, and you can go look at. You could still go do this like nice debug stuff. Yeah.
And it has
Usually
got
we
my
hide
name
that.
and everything. Oh, nice.
Yep. So we were able to write a smart contract, tinker around with it and make sure it works mostly. Of course, you'd want to write a more intricate test suite. Then we were able to deploy our smart contract to a live network, build out a front end, and deploy an app live to Vercel. This is like the hackathon stack. This is the prototyping stack, but you can make a production level product with ScaffoldETH too, just tinkering around really. Yeah, thanks for coming along on this journey. I think we did it. We have like 7 minutes still or something, right? I don't even know what to do with the rest of the 7 minutes. How many times can I increment this counter in 7 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, it's so interesting because I think this is the first time we are deploying the ScaffoldETH version on Gnosis Chain. And it's so awesome. So I'm guessing if I write a specific contract, or if any developer writes a contract, they can just.
Uh-oh, I lost you. If any developer writes a smart contract, they can just. What was the rest of that?
Oh,
You're
I'm
back.
saying if any developer wants to add a specific contract, like apart from a greetings contract, right? Like they can just add and call the hooks from the ScaffoldETH, and then they'll be good to go, right? Like you can just do the read and the write part of it because I saw you doing it, and they should be able to debug the contracts and even like play with the functions.
Yep, exactly. And there's an external contracts file within ScaffoldETH. So if you wanted to have those hooks, those read and write hooks work on some external contract, like, I don't even know. I think there's maybe like a WETH contract on XDAI, whatever, any contract, right? But what's also neat here is the smart contract you're writing can talk to live smart contracts without having to go to mainnet using that Yarn fork feature. So what you could do is like, hey, I want to build something that like, puts money into, I don't know, what's a protocol on Gnosis is like, I don't know, it's Uniswap on Gnosis. Like say you wanted to do Uniswap V2 swap or something like that, and you wanted to test it, you could write your smart contract on localhost. You could Yarn fork, and then you could have your smart contract talk to the live mainnet contract address, and it will be interacting with it on your own local fork. So you can kind of like locally for free and privately, like tinker with mainnet Gnosis smart contracts with that Yarn fork.
This is the deploy
That's the contract, right? Yep, click it. Yep, if you just click that address, it'll take you, not the copy, but that. Yep, it'll take you to the block explorer for that contract. There it is right there. Yep, and there's us interacting with it, right? And it's not verified. You'd have to flatten the stuff and verify it. Well, let's see. Let me just see if I can verify it. I don't know if I can. Let me try. If I put my screen back. Oh, no, I can't. Let me just try yarn verify -- network. I don't think this is going to work. I'm just doing a yarn verify -- network Gnosis. Yeah, it does says not supported. Darn it. I think what I would need to do is have the block scout URL there, and then have that come through. So I wasn't able to verify it automatically, but I could also flatten it and verify it that way. But yeah, it's unverified right now. But ScaffoldETH tries to automatically verify it. Like on mainnet, you'll have automatically verified contracts, but on Gnosis Chain, it doesn't do that yet.
Oh. Okay.
But I think that was it, right? Maybe you should share this one last time, the starter kit address somehow. I don't know exactly how to share it, but we should put that up on the screen so people know how to get to it.
Yep.
I mean, it's just Gnosis Chain. It's the Gnosis Chain GitHub.
Yeah,
and I bet you'll find
I just presented my GitHub. So I guess this should work. So
yep, that's the thing.
Go on
right
GitHub. The Gnosis Chain GitHub, the repository, and then you will find the Scaffold Gnosis Chain, and we see 3 commits from Austin. So that's really cool. Woo! So you can just like fork it, and I guess we can also like get some cool pull requests and get some open source contributions to the repository. It's so cool. And then you already have the quick start guide, which is having how to run your ScaffoldETH on Gnosis Chain, basically. And yeah, I think that's it. We've got the front end, we've got the contract. It's done. We have done it.
Yes. And so now you, the builder out there, can easily go grab this repo, change up your smart contract, tinker with it with a live updating front end, build your own front end that has buttons and read and write to the smart contract. Then you deploy your contract with yarn deploy, and then you deploy your front end with yarn Vercel, and you have a live URL that people can go to interact with your smart contract app.
Awesome. Great. So I guess that's it for the stream.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think we did it. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for having me on, Vanshika. Yeah. Hopefully a bunch of people build some cool stuff. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it too. So
yeah.
Great. Thank you everyone for joining, and thanks to Austin especially for making it to the event and of course deploying everything on Vercel. We also have the Vercel link, so I'm going to share it later on Twitter maybe, and then on Discord servers, feedback and test out things. And I'll probably change. Yeah, I'll probably change your address and my address so that people can at least mint it, like mint account basically. So this was so awesome.
Yeah.
Super interesting session.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And then I'll see you guys later in one of our next workshops that we do online or maybe in person. But thanks everyone for joining today, and thanks Austin for being here. Have a great weekend, you all. Bye.
Bye. Hearts.